me again. Mr. Orange is coming with us. Mr. Orange, do not step on the stop button. Please, do not do that. I know that you're probably going to get sick of me talking, but you're going to have to just listen to it. He lives with me, so he understands how much we talk. He's very well aware of the consistency. He's actually glad that I started smoking because I'm not in the art room as much because I'm in the garage. I always pick different places to like pretend to get shit done, and so for a while I was in the art room and I was just like, just yelling at myself pretty much. But now I do that in the garage since I picked up smoking once more. Yeah, so we're on our way to Nashville. Mortification Central. And Jesus Christ. I'm never gonna get the fuck out of here. This was a terrible mistake coming here for my habit.
No, you should have fucking...
Thank you. I love you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I don't think they can see you waving. It's nighttime now. Yeah. If you had parked at the church, none of this would have happened. Yeah, I realize that. You don't have to tell me. I'm sorry, you guys. I have a black bitch in my head. I have a lot of black bitches in my head, actually. I have a British bitch in my head. She pretty much always talks to me. Like, my British friend, she's been around with me for a while. But,
Yeah, so I was smoking fucking fancy ass Newports. These are fucking blue Newports. They're Newport Platinums.
So I really have like a lot more to offer now than I did before I bought those. Only to black people, really. Yeah, that's true. Black men would find me really attractive because I smoke not only menthols but Newport specifically. I don't know why. It's funny that like all the advertisements for Newports are all just like a bunch of like white people. I'm like, that's not who smokes these. But I don't really think that people are appealing to like the advertisements. I don't think that they're appealing to the people that actually like buy their product the most, which is dumb, But yeah, but they don't need to advertise their product. That, like, alcoholics always buy alcohol. Fucking totally lost it. Totally lost what I was going with. People that want to buy stuff, they'll buy stuff. And yeah, I mean, you can of course influence the popular opinion or whatever. I wonder if like black people smoke menthols because it's like part of their culture or because they actually like it. Like, I wonder that. And I wonder that about a lot of things. Like, why do like women wear heels and think that that's cool? Like, you're killing him with all this smoke. Dude, he smokes. He fucking smokes. Mr. Orange is always smoking. You just don't see it. I see it. So yeah, I have this light. I know that I had it in another video. Yeah, that was crazy. This is crazy. Why are you doing this? Just put it down. I need to drape it from somewhere. I need to have it hanging. I'm worried that's a cop behind me. I don't think it is, but you know, you can never be too cautious, especially when you are carrying. Yeah, I don't think it is. But I'm not public enemy number 1. As I've said, maybe public enemy 2 or 3, but not number 1. You don't need to worry about me, police officers. Just do your job. And don't be a racist. I know it's hard, but especially in this country that pretty much promotes racism. And I know that's how I probably come across, because I say like, oh, black people smoke Newports. I know this because I hang out with black people who smoke Newports. A lot of black people do that. I don't know why either. Like, it's just like a mystery. Like, but it's just like why are white people so afraid to just ask questions? It's not just to blacks, it's like to Mexicans, it's, you know, like white people are afraid of gay people. I mean, unless they're gay themselves, then they're afraid of it, you know, like, I mean, I feel like it's just hard to be different. It's hard to just be like stigmatized by society. And this is always what I end up talking about, because this is what I most care about, you know, like, I believe in integration. I believe in, like, bringing everybody together, and I know that I'm just gonna get painted as, like, a fucking bigot. But, I mean, I know that I'm bigoted about a lot of stuff, and, like, I feel like everybody is. It's just they're not, it's like they're ashamed of it. But I'm like, why are you ashamed of it when everybody is the same way? Like, if you want to talk about equality, if you want to talk about how we're all the same, everybody's a bigot. There you go. Like, I feel like that's way more accurate than just saying that, like, oh, we're all, like, created equal, because, like, that's just not, I mean, that's not how we're treated. So what does it matter if we're created equal? If we're not treated that way, if you don't live up to these ideals, then, like, why are you spouting them like they fucking matter? Like, nobody's, like, gonna fucking change their minds all because, like, oh, this is better, you know, like, this is, like, a better way to look at things. This is a better way to think about life, you know? I don't think that people, like, for the most part, feel like they're just sort of set in their ways, you know? If their parents, like, bring them up to be a certain way, they're just that way, unless they fucking question the hell out of it like I do. And I feel like people that are more prone to ask questions, they're more prone to be, like, crazy. It's like, apparently that's crazy to just ask questions. It's crazy to just be a fucking person that wants to know why. It's just, I don't want to hold this anymore. Fuck that. There ain't nothing better than listening to a crazy bitch about society in the dark. So, I want to talk about something that happened the other night. I realized that I feel like I'm just too crazy for people. I mean, I'm too crazy for my own people. That's sad, you know? Because my own people, they came over to my house, and I couldn't wait for them to leave, you know? It's just like, after a certain point, I'm like, okay, I've had enough talking. It's not that, like, I want to talk more, but I feel like I can't direct the conversation the way that I want to, and I'm a control freak, and so if things aren't how I paint them specifically, then it's just like, I feel like, fuck it, like, why even bother? And I know that's very, like, black or white thinking on my part, and I don't want to be like that, because it's true. It's too characteristic of my disorder. Slow down, man. You're going around these curves way too fast. Okay. Don't want to kill Mr. Orange here. Me, I don't really mind, but Mr. Orange, I don't feel like it's fair. That might be why I bring stuffed animals to my comedy sets, because like I feel nervous. I feel nervous going there, and I feel nervous being there, and it's just like I know that I'm not like everybody. Yeah, that light just fell, as I assumed that it would. But it's like, yeah, I know I'm not like everybody else, and it's just, I don't want it to like debilitate me, but it really fucking does in a lot of ways. I can't just like enjoy like a social gathering. It's not even like that I didn't like the people there. Like, I liked the people there. That's what's crazy about it. I just feel like I shut down, you know? And then, like, I want to fucking dominate the conversation. Jesus Christ, don't fucking... Alright. You're alright. Just stay in this lane, okay? Just stay in this fucking lane. Okay. Yes, bitch! I command you to stay in this lane. Yeah. Like my tie-dye. I tie-dyed this shirt that, like, my last boyfriend left in my house unknowingly. It's an awesome shirt. It says, for a minute there, you bored me to death. And it's just like a picture of a, what do you call it? You know, that thing. Like, everybody knows that thing. Like, you can see it right there. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know what it's called. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a fucking mess, man. I don't know how to not be a mess. And so it's like whenever I get there, it's like I have these ideas in my head of just being able to organize it. Like that's my real dream, is just to be able to organize it enough so that it makes sense and that it just comes out the way that I can make it come out when it's just me there and I'm not even trying. You know? Like my best stuff, like I come up with my funniest shit when it's just like I'm not playing. I'm not like, you know, in a situation that expects anything of me. It's like I'm making really shitty dinner for myself in my kitchen. Amy, why did you switch lanes? I don't want to be in the lane anymore. Sorry. Okay. Anyway. Like, I get so excited to do this. Like, I think about all these things that I want to say, and this is how I'm going to put them, and this is how it's going to play out. And, like, sometimes it does play out the way that I want it to, but it's still nothing compared to, like, what I can do alone. And so that's why I was hoping that if I got people to my house that I could be that person. But I'm like, no, like, you struggle with people. It doesn't matter where the fuck you are. Like, unless you can dominate the conversation, unless you got the microphone, unless you assert yourself enough so that people understand that that's what's going to happen, you know, you're just going to fucking gag. Two things, I think that, like, people that see you, they want to see more of you. And, like, you're just hiding yourself away because you're too afraid. It's not going to be what you want it to be. Just accept that it's not. And, you know, keep working at it. I mean, eventually it'll get more and more to be what you envision. But you have to keep working at it. You can't just, like, give up. I'm not giving up, goddammit. We're on our way. We're on our way to fucking Trashville. That's right. I live in fucking Tennessee. Man, I'm the only 10 you're ever going to see in this state. I'm just kidding. I'm like a 15. I'm like a 20, 25. That's what I am. Just to think and feel on this level, it's like fucking intense, man. It's like being on acid all the time. So a lot of the time, like, I'll be like, this is what happens when I'm in a social situation, and this is exactly what happened that night that I had people over. People were talking, and I was listening to what they were saying, and I liked a lot of what I heard, but I felt like I couldn't contribute to the conversation, you know. So I just listened, and that's fine. But then I got bored. When I got bored, I just started playing another scenario in my head, you know. And so I just like went out into my garage and just like imagine myself chain smoking, like, and I just lied out there on the couch laughing in my own little world, in my own private headspace, in my own goddamn house. And it's like, so there's this guy in the scene that he met me and like immediately liked me, and like, I don't want to just like talk to somebody because I know that they'll listen to what I have to say, you know. Like, I felt guilty about that because I felt guilty for inviting him out there, and I was just so bored. And I mean, he was saying like stuff that like I could relate to, but it was just like, you want to dominate the conversation, and you feel like you can, like, yeah, it's really me. It's way more me than it is him or anybody else. It's me. It's totally fucking me. I will take full responsibility for my fucking personality disorder. It's not an excuse. It's a reason why I do not function well. It's like I function well in situations where you wouldn't expect me to function well. You know, like at a restaurant that's like crazy busy and everybody else is freaking out because of how crazy busy it is, but I just don't give a fuck because I'm like, woohoo! Game time! You know, because like I can play a little game in my head, and if I win the game in my head, then I've won the whole fucking day. You know, like, that's what borderline personality does to you. If you're a quiet borderline, you just end up, you know, in your own little world, processing things in your own private, separate way from everybody else. And like, maybe you let people in. If you're lucky enough, you can do that. But like, it's really fucking difficult. Especially when you think everybody's going to leave you anyway. People are going to reject the things that you have to say. And then, you know, you find out that, yeah, that's true. They do that. They don't like you. But I feel like even my own people would fucking like have an issue with me. At some point, I would say something they would find very disagreeable, and maybe they wouldn't be able to get over it. I don't know. Like, I just don't want to isolate as much as I am, but at the same time, I feel like that's my lot in life, you know, like. Okay, once you finish that cigarette, you're done. Until you get there, alright? Okay. Yes, Mama, I understood. She's actually more like Daddy. Yeah, get it right, bitch. She's like the Andrew Dice player in my head. Always. See, she's trying to assert herself. She acts like she gives a fuck. She really doesn't. She's a lot less assertive. Yeah. Well, yeah. You're right. It is because, like, this is like my attempt to put myself out there, you know? Like, I get so lost in my own head and these scenarios that I create. It's just like an ongoing movie in my head about my life, but it's like what I really want to happen, you know? Or like what I think is gonna happen, and like how I'm defending myself. And it's extremely selfish. Nobody needs to tell me that. I know how selfish it is. I'm there every day, and I can't not be there. That's just who I am. And like, I feel like a lot of people would understand that, but they'd also be afraid of that. So if they are like me in any kind of way, as like awe-inspiring as it might be to watch me perform, it's just still not like something that they want to deal with. You know, like I get it. It's like I gotta take a breather for myself. That's why like I shut down sometimes. I just stop talking completely. And people know that I'm like upset. It's like I stop talking to myself. That's like a pretty good indicator, you know, that shit's not working out with me. It's like I'm not even talking to me about it. That's how bad it is. But yeah, I don't know, man. I want to be more who I really am. But that's extremely hard. It's a lot harder for me. But I feel like that's why my material is better though, because it's like I know who I am. So whatever I say with conviction. But like that like freaks people out because a lot of people don't know who they are. And so they're trying to figure themselves out through like social media, or they're trying to figure themselves out by like taking multiple pictures of themselves in different outfits, in different hairstyles, in different settings, you know, trying to get that most accurate representation of who they really want to be idealistically inside their head. Like everybody does this, and it's like even more obvious now that everybody does this because of social media. So I feel like there's this growing responsibility that I have to come out of my crazy closet and talk about being crazy and talk about what's going on with me. But I'm terrified, yo. I'm fucking terrified. I'm really high too, man. I should mention that. I'm really fucking high, so I'm like in my head even more. But like being high, it like allows me to come out of my head too. Like, you need to slow down. Jesus Christ, you were driving too fast. I'm not even driving that fast, baby. I'm driving like 80. God. I'm just hyped up because like I haven't done comedy in a long time. By a long time, I mean it's been like a month since I've gone out and done it. See, I just don't do comedy. I don't know the way that other people do it because I'm not other people, but I can only assume that, like, you know, what? You write something down, you embellish it, then you recite it over and over again, try to get it perfect, and then you copy that. You try to be the closest thing to that person that you are in front of your mirror, reciting your life speech, you know? That's what you're doing, really. To be honest. Yeah, you need to switch lanes. This person behind you doesn't like you and the way that you drive. I can tell. I can tell. I know what you're thinking. No, but I need to switch lanes anyway. Yeah. Just stay in this lane, babe. Stay in this lane. You'll be fine. Yeah, so I can't do that where, like, I mean, I've tried to do that, to recite something, but it's like I just always end up, like, talking about something else. Like, oh, this is what this joke reminds me of, you know? And I don't even think that that's funny, but I'm more, like, real. That's me being, like, more in the now. And, like, trying to actually, like, connect and feel the audience or whatever. See, now I'm paranoid they're a cop because they came behind me again. Oh, God. It's like, I think it's a fucking, not an SUV, but like one of those like minivans. I don't think they're like cops like park in I don't think that that's where they camp out and try to like take people down. Who knows though? That would actually be pretty smart if they did that. Dude, cops really need to like start hanging out in like parking lots like fast food joints, because like that's where you'll get the most drug action. Like seriously, man. Fuck you going so slow for, Virginia? that how they drive in Virginia? Now, that person wants to go really fast. They still got their turn signal on, and they're in like the furthest lane in the left. They need to turn that on. That's fucking. Doesn't that annoy you? Like, people have their turn signal on and they won't fucking turn it off for nothing. Wonder if I can get in front of him and like just have my turn signal on. See if he like gets the message. There he goes. Turn it off. Good for you, man. Good for you. Finally paying attention to shit. Anyway. Yeah, just stay in this lane since you seem to want to drive so fucking fast. I know, but this person up there isn't driving fast enough. I don't like being in the farthest lane because like I'm closest to the wall. I don't like that. Because I just always envision myself like smashing up against it and like all my body parts like just spraying all over the place and shit. It's just like, it's this constant fear that I have that isn't dissipating with time. And so I feel like it's just getting worse. Yeah, I told myself to like leave early so that I could get there with like ample time to like look over my stuff and figure out like what I'm gonna talk about, because I have way too much fucking material and it doesn't matter like what I think I'm going to do on a given day, I will change my mind. And so yeah, it's good to have that time. See, it's 5:20. Well, it's not 5:24. It's actually 7:24. my time clock, my fucking clock on my laptop just changed. Like I noticed that. I was like, holy shit. Now it's like 2 hours behind. Like I wonder if my laptop is just like identifying with me as a person. They're like, well, she's always late, so. It reminds me of that scene in As Good As It Gets when that little dog just like starts like hopping over the cracks. Oh god, that's hilarious. See, I'm sure that pets like emulate their owners in a lot of ways. Maybe they're like really making fun of us. We just don't know it because we're not smart enough, you know? Okay. Slow the fuck down. You're gonna need to switch lanes, I think. No, not yet. Not yet. Fuck, where are we? Oh, we're about to pass that god-awful statue of Nathan Bedford Forrest. The statue is plastic to let you know how lame the South is. Fuck, man. I'm starting to get really fucking nervous. I feel like I have to pee. You always feel like that, man. Yeah, I do. My car insurance is ineffective because I didn't pay the bill. Imagine that. Dude, State Farm is outrageous. Like, they're not a good neighbor, man. They're like that neighbor that fucking gets drunk one night and smashes into your fence. Like, man, sorry. I drank a lot of tequila. You know, that's State Farm. They just charge out the wazoo. Like, they might be nice as fuck, but their rates are fucking crazy. I don't know, man. I was able to get this car though. Like the money that I got some money from them. I got a check because I totaled my Grand Prix, and my parents gave me like fucking totaled it, and it wasn't even that bad. Like, it was just the bumpers fucked up. The what do you call it? Taillight. They figured that, like, man, it would be like way more expensive to like fix this shit than it would be to just give her the money and like total the car. Which is sad because that sound system was off the chain. Like, that's what I really missed the most, is the sound system. I blew out the speakers of this car. This little baby Fiona. Blew out Fiona's speakers because I was listening to punk. That's a cool story, I guess, but it's still not cool because I can't listen to music the way I want to. Not that I really could anyway, because yeah, the speakers fucking suck. I think I just need new ones. Yeah, just get like a fucking woofer. Just get a fucking woofer, like put it in the back. Be bumping up and down the block. Bumping and bopping and weaving and heaving and all kinds of shit. What time is it now? Shit. We gotta get there, man. We gotta get there. I really hate showing up late, because then it's like my mind's like, fuck, 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 you know? Like, that's me in my head. I'm internalizing that, so it's really loud. See, that's why, like, my stage persona is so, like, intense. It's because, like, I internalize so much all the time. I feel like I can't be myself, and so there's all this stuff that I'm processing inside my mind, and so it's like there has to be a place where I can release that, and so that release is pretty desperate, you know. That's why I get so defensive about it, because I don't think that anybody fucking understands the level of shit. Like, their shit level just isn't as high as mine. It'll never be as high as mine. So, like, I feel like it's not fair for them to, like, judge me, but at the same time, like, they don't have to be me, and, you know, they don't really understand it. They know what they see on stage, but they don't know how it really is. But that's why I'm doing the YouTube channel, babies. I want you to feel my pain. I want you to understand where I'm coming from. And I feel like if I can document, you know, this party everywhere I go, whether it's in my drive-thru or whether it's in my bathroom while I'm sitting on the toilet, squirting out a dookie. Maybe it's, you know, while I'm making pot cookies, or maybe it's, you know, while I'm just sitting out in my garage chain smoking. But I mean, the party is constant, you know. Can't believe you didn't mention when you drive, right? Well, here we are. Actually, I need to switch lanes again. Oh my god, this is so freaking scary right now. I feel like I'm about to die, you guys. Die. I say, die. You can go, baby. You can go. I do like getting off at this intersection, though. The Wedgewood intersection is fucking amazing. God, I really don't want to fucking do this. It's like I'm feeling the need to fucking shit. Well, you were just talking about it. Yeah. And I'm smoking. See, I was thinking about it fucking shooting in Vegas is pretty fucked up. And, I don't know, I was crying about it earlier. And, I was just thinking, like, man, like, this is why, like, your stage persona doesn't work sometimes. Because people don't want to hear about how the world's fucked up. They want to, like, laugh. They want to pretend that it's not so fucked up. And when you're getting up there and talking about really fucked up shit, and it's like you want to express your, you know, counterculture viewpoint, but it's like people don't really like it. Like, that's why. It's because, like, they don't want to think about the shit that they just read in the news, and, you know. I feel like you can talk about anything as long as you make it funny, but, like, a lot of this stuff, like, it isn't funny to a lot of people. So, I don't know. Like, I had this joke about it, but it's not really a joke. It's just me. It's just criticism, really. Just anytime that there's, like, some massive shooting, it's just like the liberals just fucking take that, run a marathon, and they're just like, oh my god, gun violence. You need to take away the guns. This is the problem with America. It's just, like, that makes me sad. Like, even more so than, like, the shooting itself, which is pretty goddamn horrific. But just the fact that people fucking, they, like, they're gonna, like, have a lot of people that, you know, are like, yeah, you're right, like, this, it's fucked up, like, yeah, gun violence, it's ridiculous, you know, like, this is so wrong, like, this is what we need to do, like, and, you know, you're gonna have a bunch of people freak out about that shit, and it's like, you should be freaking out about the fact that, you know, this happens, that America's such a violent country anyway, you know, like, I feel like it's just people's motives are wrong. Like, they just want to blame somebody. You know, they want to point the finger, and they want to say, like, oh, this is a significant problem. You know, I mean, yeah, gun violence for sure. But, like, it's not going to be like fucking England, you know, where they take away the guns and, like, everyone's cool with it. Like, Americans are really crazy. And they're crazy about their guns, and it's just, I don't know, man. It just makes me sad. Because, like, I just feel like people are fighting and people are angry, but it's just like, I don't feel like they're angry about the right stuff. You know, they should be more open-minded about the issues and, like, what's actually happening. But I'm surprised that more people don't do what that guy did, to be honest. Like, I think it's crazy that, like, more, you know, people that work in, like, corporations and banks, and why are you making suggestions for, like, crazy people? Like, man, like, why don't you go out and shoot a bunch of people too? Like, no, but it just shocks me. It shocks me, man. Jesus Christ. What? I was worried that I parked, like, right next to my arch nemesis. She's not my arch nemesis. She thinks that she is, but she's not. My arch nemesis is, like, this white bitch that I went to school with, who believes that life begins at conception. And she's a hypocrite, and she's, like, really, like, super duper Christian, and anyway, I know that I say offensive things because I look at everything from a different perspective than what most people are looking at. Like,
you should look at it like it's a fucking tragedy. It's a tragedy in the way that people think about things. It's not just like, oh man, like we have guns, like that's horrible. You know, there are a lot of people that have guns that don't act like that, you know? Anyway, I think I've ranted long enough about something I wasn't even intending to, because I was worried that it was like too touchy a subject right now for obvious reasons. I don't think that's her, Amy. That's not her. That's somebody else. I wonder who it is. Because now I'm just like really curious. I'm like, ooh. I always do that where I park next to somebody that I want to park next to, or like I don't know. I usually park next to people that are like, oh, what the fuck is she doing? I'm like, shooting a video, homie. Like, there's nobody in that car with her. Who's she talking to? My fault. Always my fault. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go. Since I've already like just sat here long enough.